What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever film breakdown on the silver and gold. So, yesterday was the first day of the preseason, and the 49ers squared off against the Raiders, and it left us with, mixed feelings. Mike definitely feels a lot better about the way the game went than I felt about the way that my team played. But one of the main discussions that has circulated since the conclusion of the game is the way that Trey Lance performed. So I kind of didn't want to go and overreact that the way that a lot of people have been, and I want to let the film do the talking, because one thing is for certain in football: the film never lies. You can have stats tell you one thing, you can have your eyes tell you another thing, but when you're able to look at different angles and see what the players are thinking on film, it's a whole different, process. So without further ado, I'm going to share the screen, and I really quick want to shout out Steph 49K for putting together the all 22 video and uploading it to YouTube. So I'll probably drop a link to her channel, down in the description. But there's going to be two different angles. There's going to be the sideline angle that we've got here, and there's also going to be the angle, I guess, similar to what you would see on a video game, sort of like Madden, where you see the backs of the quarterback and the offensive line. So we're going to have those, from this video. And then if needed, I can, I guess, switch an angle over to NFL Plus's all 22 breakdown. So let's go ahead and get started. And I also want to say that we are not going to be discussing, heavily about our opinions on the game or anything related to the game until later in the week. We'll do a full-on episode for you guys on that. We'll go live. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yes, indeed. This is more centered on Trey Lance, but I think myself as a Raider fan, I'll probably also point out some good plays from certain Raider defenders here and there.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple plays that I'm ready to point out. This isn't my first time watching the film, but obviously I wanted to go in to know sort of what I'm looking for here. But there were a couple great plays by Raider defenders that I want to point out. Okay, so we got play number 1 here. I'm going to go ahead and put this in half speed, so that way it's easier for us to watch and really break down everything that's going on. But we've got Lance under center, and I want to say it's 1st and 10. And, this is the first play from scrimmage. So already, as we can see here, it's a drop back pass. And I think all these plays, it's every drop back. So we're not going to see any of the runs. So maybe we won't get the full context of the situational football, but we're going to break down every single play for what we can see. And I also just want to preface before we fully get into it, Mike and I are not experts at breaking down film. We're not head coaches. We've never been head coaches for any level of football. I've played football. I've been a part of film sessions, but I just want to share what I'm looking at. And so if you guys would like to, correct me on anything in the comments that I might say that maybe you're looking at something a different way, feel free to comment. Mike, you're able to see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Lance drops back, and right here, he's got number 17. This is where the ball, in my opinion, should go.
Well, I think that's where it was intended to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was his first read, and I was listening to the broadcast from the Niners side, so it was Greg Papa, and I don't know the other guy's name.
Tim Ryan.
But yeah, they mentioned that in the opening play of the second half for the Niners offense, they ran apparently the exact same play. And of course with Sam Darnold, and I want to say he actually threw it to the receiver on the right side. So I think in this aspect, it's good coverage from Amik Robertson, who quickly, jumps up and covers the receiver.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like Trey's looking at him. I think Trey is looking at number 89 right here and sees that there's the linebacker right here covering him.
Well,
So
he looked him on. He looked at 17, and then once he saw Amik move forward, he said, "No, I'm not going there." And he looked at his second read, which I'm assuming is the tight end.
mhm. So real quick, let me back that up a second. So Amik is number 21 on the Raiders?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got
First
Trey
person he looks
looking
at is the
here.
receiver. Yeah.
Okay. We got Trey looking here. And you see the cornerback plant his foot. So Trey hesitates. I don't think he likes what he sees. That could potentially be a pick six. But we see number 21 also hesitate, probably because Trey switches his read. So you know what? Maybe it was good that Trey didn't throw there.
Yeah, Amik was planning as if he was going to start running forward if that ball was coming.
Mm-hmm. So the protection here so far is holding up, but we're only 2 seconds into the play, or maybe 1 second into the play, because we definitely got them snapping it under center. Okay, this is where the ball needs to go now.
Yes. Yep. He's got his arms open. He's open.
Trey needs to throw this ball right now and get it out quickly. As we can see right here, the defensive pass rusher is disengaging from the left tackle and is ready to make a play on Lance.
It's not just Jordan Willis on the edge. It's also, I believe that's John Jenkins
on the right guard here.
On the right guard, just pushing him. Yeah. He's powering him right into Lance's face.
So we're going to see from the other angle just how much room Lance had. But if Lance is able to throw this ball right here, maybe like Purdy might have done, you would definitely. I think this could have been a completed pass, but he's rusty. He hasn't played since last September, and it's just that's a lack of experience, and that's just the jitters from week one. But that's not a good play. And right here we see the pocket collapses on him, and it collapsed quick. So, like I said, this is half speed.
I would say this is a coverage sack thanks to Meek Robertson and maybe a few others. But like you mentioned, that one tight end, he was wide open when, Lance is looking at the other tight end. So,
So 4-man front. Okay. So this is him looking at number 17 and Amik Robertson. Changes his mind and is looking at a second read. And you know what? I thought he pump faked for the other receiver over here. He's actually looking at number 89 in the middle, but decides not to throw it because he's got two defenders on here. It's crowded. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me back that up a second. Okay. Doesn't throw it because Zakel just gets walked back into the quarterback. And at that point, he's got no decision.
John Jenkins almost has an ability to rip the ball out right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm actually shocked he didn't get the ball out.
Oh, he did. After. Yeah. Oh no, actually,
after the whistle,
it was in Lance's hands still.
Yeah, they stopped the play once two defenders had him hugged.
Mm-hmm. So they're back about 4 yards now. So it's 2nd and 14. We've got a stacked box. Hold on. Do we have a stacked box? Let me see again. I backed up 5 seconds. We got 7 in the box. This player's creeping in as well. Okay. Play action. That ball's got to go to number 17 right here.
He's looking at the other receiver.
This guy's double covered. This safety is creeping up on this route right here.
Mm-hmm.
Number 17 has enough separation to where this pass could have been completed.
And he hasn't looked away from 17 or the other receiver at the top.
Mm-hmm. But he's got his safe option right here. I want to say that is Ross Dwelly at the top and hits him for a gain of let's
almost
call it
10.
10. Yeah, 10 yards.
It's a good little dump off,
I mean, it's a good pickup. So let's try to see where Lance's eyes are. And right here, the protection's good. The protection's great. You can't get better than this. Okay,
Jordan
so
Willis is getting close.
Lance is looking at the player who was. Hold on. I got to back up a little bit more. I think number 10.
Yeah.
So Lance was looking right at this player and then decides to dump it off to Ross Dwelly in the flat. Overall, that was good protection and a pretty good gain by the offense. Good play by Dwelly. I do think that it should have went to number 17, but this typically would be enough for a first down. But, like I said, this isn't situational football. You got to gain 14. So now I want to say it's 3rd and 5. So let's see the next play here. Okay, they're in shotgun. That ball's got to be thrown.
Yeah. He was too late on it.
Okay, let's see that again. Okay. Oh, this is a play I saw earlier. And, I was looking at this player, and I said this ball should have been thrown, but I think the reason why he hesitates is because watch this receiver at the top.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking touchdown, dude. I think that's the guy who he's supposed to hit on this play, and I don't think the protection held up. Another second, and this probably could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, the protection doesn't hold up. There was a nice little stunt with the D tackle, and then Malcolm Kuntz, 51, cuts over from left end, goes up in the inside. And then Jordan Willis was wreaking havoc on this drive.
Okay, so you said there's a stunt?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, right here.
51.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But Jordan Willis is the one that gets the pressure from the right end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a touchdown. It looks like 26, Jaquan Johnson's the safety that lets it go by him. I want to say it's Jacorian Bennett at corner. He let the receiver go off because I'm assuming he's in zone, and he saw the tight end coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if Lance has better protection, that's probably a touchdown, and 26 looks like a dummy on this play. But instead, it's the Niners' offensive line.
I mean, it's just busted coverage.
Yeah.
But,
the safety just needs to be deeper.
Another second. If you just get another second here, pump fake here, draw the safety in, and then bam, you can this guy's going here. This guy's also going here.
Yeah.
And then he switches direction and realizes, oh shit, and takes his oh shit angle to try to break up the play. But the pass rush gets home. So that's one. The offensive line has just gotta hold up for another couple seconds, or at least another second.
Yeah.
As we can see here. Okay. Also, Lance is getting stepped on right here. So I don't know if that's the reason why he didn't pull the trigger on the tight end right there.
Well, like you said at the beginning, he had the tight end for a moment, and then the safety and specifically the corner bailed off of the receiver and went on the tight end, and then he gets stepped on, the pocket closes, and there's nothing to do.
Mm-hmm. Still, it just looks bad because we haven't seen a lot of football out of Lance. Yeah. But this is another play. I mean, this is 3rd and 5, and they could have had a really big touchdown, and it would have changed a lot of the narrative of the day.
Right.
But instead, we've got another sack, and so this is the second sack, right, Mike?
Yeah, 2 sacks in 3 plays.
So Kyle Shanahan, according to Grant Cohn, in the group call with the media today, Kyle Shanahan said that the first 2 sacks were not on Lance. Obviously, the film is speaking for itself, but Shanahan probably believes that the offensive line should have held up for another second, and probably Lance was looking at that deep receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough to say that he should have gone to the tight end immediately when,
when the read, that's not the read.
Yeah, it's just that the receiver's deep route needed more time to be developed,
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second drive here?
Yeah, this is the second drive.
Okay.
They punted, so it's 1st and 10, I believe. So play action fake. So he completes it to Rostwelly again. He's got good hands. I don't necessarily like the ball placement.
No.
Here, let's go back. But I don't like the ball placement. But I will say Lance has got this defender in his face right off the bat of the bootleg.
Again, Jordan Willis.
Yeah. I would not go to number 10 here. I want to say this is number 33. You know, you've got him right here. Yeah. And going to, I mean, this player's covered.
He not only is he covered, but with Jordan Willis in your face and the way that he's running, he can't throw that.
You're not going to make that throw. You're not going to make that throw. So the only guy that they can go to is Rostwelly right here.
Yeah. Not the best ball placement, but he's on the run. He's got a defender in his face. The completion's made. It's not a horrible play.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a pressure from Jordan Willis.
Mm-hmm.
And all things considered,
you know what? That could have been picked if Dwelley doesn't.
If Dwelley doesn't, yeah. If that's Cam Latu, if that's not Rostwelly, that's getting probably picked right here.
He's got his hands ready. I think that's Amari Burney, who almost had another pick later in the game. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, luckily Dwelley's got hands, and they gain just a couple yards. Now we've got another play from the shotgun. They're sending a blitz.
Yeah, linebackers coming in.
That's a good pickup from, I want to say that's the running back, Ty Davis Price. Okay. So we still have the pocket here. This defender is going to the ground. And then you've got number 56 trying to get through. So Lance has got pressure in his face, and nobody's open. Where the ball probably should go is to one of these two players. If I had to guess, but let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Number 89. But the defender already has a hand on Lance. Mm-hmm. But I think on this play, Lance is able to step up a little bit and get free.
Mm-hmm.
And then throws the ball to 89, but he just the placement isn't there.
Yeah, it's a pretty errant throw.
It's just slightly in front of Charlie Warner. I don't know. Warner tries to one-hand this. I mean, the throw's not perfect, but he just can't get there.
No, the receiver can't get there. It's not a well-placed football. Based off of the speed of the tight end. I mean, maybe if it's a receiver that's faster, he could have got it. But maybe the tight end hesitated for a moment. I don't know. We'd have to go back to the last view.
I think it's just the way that he lunged for it, to where I question, man, could he have possibly gotten that ball? It's not a good throw. So the throw's coming in this trajectory right here.
Yeah. Go back 5 seconds again. Play it at half speed.
This is half speed, but you want it slower?
Yeah. Watch the tight end. He's going to, he fakes like he's turning right. He stops. He goes left, and he stops for a moment when he sees the ball's coming to him because he thinks that it should come directly towards him, but Lance is leading him, which, if he makes the catch, that Raider defender that's covering the other receiver across from him is going to light him up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like I said, if the tight end doesn't stutter, I think it could be completed, but it might be a hospital ball.
Okay. So right here, let's go of it. And it's out of reach. It's just, it's got to be a better throw. Lance has got to complete that.
Yeah.
So we're back at half speed.
This is the next play. This is third, or no, this is actually the third drive. That last play was third down.
Okay. So right here, play action. And what I'm seeing right here, it looks like the receiver is going towards the middle of the field. And that ball's got to be out right here. You got to hit him somewhere right here.
He stutters. He waits.
He hesitated, and it moves off from the read. Also, we've got this linebacker creeping up, so that hole's starting to close.
That guy's literally triple covered for a moment. So then he goes to the tight end and throws it above him.
Yeah, so this is it's a bad play for Lance.
Yeah.
Because he had number 17. He had what he wanted. He's looking at it, but then decides, he wants to go on to his next read. I think he's got to pull that trigger and hit that. Okay, so we're on to the next play.
Second down.
Immediately, we've got pressure. Where did that come from? So, does he get around the guard, or is that
it's the center and the tight end's cutting across? Okay. Or is that the right tackle? That's the right tackle.
No, you mean the left tackle?
Sorry. Yes. Sorry.
The left tackle's right here.
No. Start over.
This is tight end. This is guard.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle. Okay.
So that's the tight end that comes across and goes for the linebacker. For some reason, the guard just completely lets the D tackle come in free. He just puts a hand on him for half a second.
Yeah, that's terrible. And then also, I think, typically you want the running back to clean up anything that might get through up front. But I think this running back is going out for a pass, similar to what Christian McCaffrey might see.
Is that the running back that's kind of touching absolutely nobody but gold and white right now? That guy that yeah.
Well, he's trying. I think he's trying to get through for a pass.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So right here we got an open lane. Now let's see our receivers. Let's see what we could have had on this play.
Not
so covered. And so Lance just has to avoid the sack, which he does to his credit. And maybe he could throw to Dwelly right here, but Lance knows that he's a good athlete and he's just trying to pick up a couple yards. Nobody gets uncovered. There's nowhere to throw this ball. It's a broken play and gains maybe 4 yards out of it.
So the left guard immediately blows this play up. He should have blocked the tackle and allowed the tight end to come over and get the guy that he's intended to get.
Yeah. This is a sack with any other 49er quarterback.
No.
Possibly Purdy. Purdy would probably roll out, but I would say with Darnold, this is a sack. If you're comparing Lance to Darnold, I would call this a sack.
Maybe. It just depends on if he sees him or not.
Yeah. So gains 3 or 4. Okay. Now let's see what we have here. We've got, it looks like the the right guard is losing his one-on-one. I want to say that's Nick Zakel, number 63. Number 83 looks like he's about to, go over the middle with a slant.
Again,
I want to say this is Ross Dwelly again. He's got this guy beat, but we still have the safety up top. Let's see how it goes. Number 99. Who's number 99 on the Raiders?
That's Jordan Willis. He was wreaking havoc the first couple drives.
Okay, so Jordan Willis beats the right tackle. I want to say that might have.
Sorry.
Is that Jalen Moore? No, Jalen Moore.
Like
I want to say played left tackle, but
maybe 75. I can't tell. But he
so
pushes
Lance steps up.
Yeah.
And Jason Poe, I believe, is beat by this this defender right here. And we've got, I want to say the flag probably was for holding, and they sack him. Now let me look at the receivers again on this play.
So that receiver that cuts across, the linebacker is going to be there to cover him.
Mm-hmm. So by the time that Lance, he sees the pressure, he's getting pressured by these two defenders. They're right in his face right now. There's not really anywhere to throw the ball but number 83 right here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not his route. He's going back out to the flat. Okay.
Which, with that in mind, it wouldn't make sense for him to throw it at that moment because he still has to finish that route,
Yeah.
And it might become an interception.
So if Lance had his feet set, not saying that he had anywhere to set his feet on this play, but this is the guy you probably want to try and go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right here, he's gonna. This is where the ball needs to be, but that's just not an option. He's already being sacked. And we're just gonna look at the pressure again from this point of view. They get almost immediately beat.
So from the right to the left, I want to say that's Jordan Willis, Isaac Rochelle. That might be Kuntz bending over on the left defensive end, and then I think it's Adam Butler who gets the sack. Yeah, it was Kuntz.
And I think the hold was on Zakel. The hold is right here.
There. Oh, it's a face. Yeah.
He pulls on the shoulder pad. It stops him a little bit. That's a hold for sure. So then we got a sack, and then this is the next drive. Is this the third drive now?
I think this is the fourth, and this is now the second quarter because you're going the other way.
No, this is yes. This is the fourth drive. Okay, so
quick read.
That's a quick read. It's a great throw. People have had their questions about Lance's accuracy. On the short and intermediate stuff. That you can't throw the ball more perfect than that. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Gains a first down right there, right?
Yeah, it's a nice, well-designed play.
Yeah, it might have been their first down of the game right there.
I think you might be right.
Okay, play action.
Another well-designed play.
Yeah, got number 17 right here. That's where the ball's supposed to go.
Another good throw as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, this is probably Lance's best play of the day. Let me back it up just a second. All right. We've got a good clean pocket. And so far, everybody's covered.
Yeah. He could throw it to the guy on the right here, but that's a risky throw.
That's a risky throw because this defender right here, he's got his eyes. He's got his eyes on Lance too. He's reading his eyes to see if he'll throw it there. So Lance steps up, and it looks like he's going to take off and run. And he throws it to number 83, Willie Snead, right here, and gains a first down. And then
I want to see it again in the last angle after this angle.
Bates the defender.
I think Bernie makes the right decision, 56, to go towards him because nobody else was doing it, for one thing. Two, in a regular season game, this play is challenged by the opposing head coach that he
for a illegal forward pass.
Yeah, I think it's close. I know it's close. I think he might be across the line.
Okay, so the line is right here at the
21.
The 21-yard line. Ooh, that is close. He's right now on the 22. And then
He didn't. It looks like he doesn't step. Like he doesn't get his foot to step past the 21. I can't tell if he was jumping while over the 21.
Mm-hmm. All I know is that this official is looking directly here.
Right.
I'm not saying he made the right call. So his back foot's still on the 22.
Yeah.
And the ball's coming out right there. But
It's
I
very
do
close.
think you have
to
be. I think you definitely have to be fully behind it, right? Or can you cross a little bit? I think you have to be fully behind.
I think you're supposed to be fully behind. At least the ball is supposed to be fully behind, and probably your feet.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just telling you right now, with the way the game was going, if that was an illegal forward pass, the optimism on Lance just completely like diminishes if there was any up to this point in the game. Right.
If this were like in the third or fourth quarter of a regular season game, it probably gets challenged. But I think it was a good play. Like it wasn't illegal forward pass.
Okay, so we know it's at the 21. So let's see right here. This is the 20-yard line right here. So let's see if it looks like from this angle. Oh shit, I fucked up. So is that the?
I think it's good.
I'm sorry. I'm just so used to this line being at the 25-yard line because I played a lot of the old Maddens where the thick line used to be at the at the 25 because that's where touchbacks. That's where touchbacks. Well, actually, touchbacks go to the 25 now, huh?
Yeah, I think maybe it just represents the red zone. I don't know.
Yeah, so don't listen to me at home. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see right here.
And just to summarize, that was a great play.
It was a great play by Lance. That's what they drafted him to do.
Yeah.
Plays like that.
Yeah.
So now we're on to his. I wouldn't call this his worst play of the day. I would call it his second worst. This is a play. I won't spoil it. I'll just let it play, but I'll say in a second. We got a bootleg. We've got number 17 appears to be open. That ball's got to come out quick. And nearly intercepted, but it's caught for a touchdown.
Yeah. This is one hell of a way to make your stats look great because it should have been, at least an incompletion, if not an interception. And it should have been a PBU for Duke Shelley, who was really, had some good awareness on this play and, some good, I guess you'd call it like catch-up speed, like the fact that he was able to, because right now he's on the top right of the screen and he's already pointing his hand up, like saying, I need help. This guy's open. He's trying to tell Teamer at safety on the top left of the screen, cover 17, and Teamer's looking the other way. And so Shelley's trying to communicate it. He sees it doesn't get heard, so he runs towards the receiver anyways, even though he's probably in zone. Maybe.
So real quick, I think Lance definitely at this point right now, he should see all that open grass right in front of number 17.
Set and throw it.
You got to set and throw it as quick as you can. You cannot hesitate on this, right? And then so we've got Duke Shelley right here. Duke Shelley makes a tremendous play. He and number 51 right here they are the reason why this should have been an interception. So we've definitely got him giving pressure. If there's no pressure right here, Lance squares up and throws that touchdown. So he sees it now, right?
Yeah. And Teamer's clearly reading his eyes right here. He stops, and now he's going to go back towards the ball. But
so Lance has to adjust around number 51 as well. And we've got Duke Shelley right here at the top right. And Shelley makes an incredible play. Honestly, this this is a huge gap between the two. This should be an easy touchdown, but also Lance throws it wide towards Duke Shelley.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's not a good throw. You could see when he let go of the pass, it wobbles off his fingers.
Yeah. So that pass has got to be right here.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just to the right a little bit.
Yeah. Granted, if he throws it a little bit, I mean, just a little bit more to the left, it's a touchdown. If he throws it a little bit too much to the left,
it's going to be picked off or deflected by this defender.
Yeah.
But Lance has the arm strength. He just needs to work on the accuracy right there.
Mm-hmm. And again, Malcolm Kuntz, 51, does make a good effort to rush him, put pressure.
And then we've got Ross Dwelly right here making a great heads up play, and he's got hands, dude. Dwelly honestly has been, in my opinion, up to this point, he was the player of the game on the Niners. Okay, so we've got
next drive. I'm assuming the fifth drive.
Fifth drive right here. Play action.
This is Amari Burney.
I'm going to have to back this up. Okay. All right.
Malcolm Kuntz gets some pressure up top on the right defensive end. Forces him in.
So this is fine protection right here. And then we've only got two receivers running routes right now. And I think we might have a tight end.
It's fine protection except for the left tackle. The left tackle lets Kuntz go right by him. Well, and then the running back's supposed to help him, but he doesn't really get the best angle on him either.
Yes. So great point right here. Left tackle misses his block right here. He needs help from the running back, and the running back takes a terrible angle. This is Jordan Mason, takes a terrible angle, and this is number 51, Kuntz?
Yeah, it's Malcolm Kuntz, yeah. I mean, I will say about the running back, at least he didn't go too wide and allow Kuntz to go right inside. And get the sack. The blindside sack.
So right here, the play is not developed yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got this player is taking his plant step to come, to come towards the middle. Okay. So Lance has got to definitely step up. The only problem is if he steps up right here, he knows he's going to take a shot.
Yeah, he's got a linebacker blitzing on him. 56.
He's got a linebacker. Yeah, he's got the linebacker right there. Okay, so he does step up. And he's got this defender looks like he's more worried about.
Yeah,
his eyes are here. His eyes are here.
He's got his hips turned away from that receiver at the top of the screen. Yeah. So Lance has that top receiver.
Lance should get rid of the ball and throw it right here.
Yeah, he's going to take a shot from 56, but he has to deliver that throw right there.
Or we've got
a sideline.
The receiver right here. Running an out route.
It looks like Lance is looking at the top receiver.
This is where you want to
go. We just said that, he should throw it to that top receiver, or at least I did. You just clicked play on half speed and immediately hit pause, and I could see how quickly the linebacker was blitzing and closing in on Lance. So
yeah,
it's hard to say that he could have or should have made a pass here.
We'll see from the other angle. We'll see from the other angle too. But if you don't want to throw it here, you also have the option to throw it right here. But like we said, or like you said, there's this linebacker that's giving pressure. So let's see it again.
It looks like that's where Lance is looking at the end here.
So this guy is charging up already.
Yeah. Just let it play.
Okay. He's right on him, and he's not in position to make a throw.
No. Amari Burney, they drafted him in the 6th round. He's a fast linebacker, so he closed in real quick.
Okay. So
you can see both Burney and 26, I believe, Jaquan Johnson, they both come in blitzing, and Johnson quickly recognizes that the tight end was only chipping and goes out for a route. So 26 follows the tight end.
Oh, man. Okay.
So see how it's two guys coming, and then Jaquan Johnson will fall off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm seeing here number 75 gives a push right here, but he stays on the block for a little too long, in my opinion, and that's what allows number 56 to go through.
Yep.
And then so now he's not blocking anybody.
Okay. And he doesn't even see him.
But he did the right thing. You're supposed to push. You're supposed to double this, and then
you're selling the
pick
play
up
action.
anybody else. You're supposed to pick up anybody else who is coming through, and he doesn't see anyone else coming through. But the fact that the line slides this far to the left allows this opening for the linebacker to get through. So I don't know if I really want to put that on 75. It just looks bad that he's not blocking anyone. But it is how it is what it is. Right?
It looks like a well called defensive play.
And then we've got this receiver starting to break towards the middle. So Lance, you have to step up and throw that ball. You got to step up and throw it here.
Yeah, and it looks like he's not looking at him. Actually, I thought earlier he was, but no.
And then he sees him, and he can still throw that ball. Yeah, but he sees the safety. Yeah, it is quick.
He's got a guy coming right for him. It's too late. It's a nice play from Bernie.
Mm-hmm. So that's another tough one. I think Lance could have definitely completed a pass right there. And you know what? You know what I forgot? I forgot to tell you that you should mark down tally marks on plays where Lance did well.
Bad.
Yeah, like good and bad. But I guess we can review this and like.
Yeah, we could come back after and you could tally it up and maybe mention that at the end or something.
Yeah. Okay, so right here we've got good protection, except for number 63. But all right, at first I thought he just got blown up on this play, but you'll see from the other angle, he gets tripped up by not one but two people. Mm-hmm. He gets tripped up by Jordan Mason first, and then gets tripped up by the center, and he looks terrible in the process.
Right.
Okay.
I want to say that's Neil Farrell.
We've got a defender in Lance's face already, and you could argue that the ball has got to come out here.
That corner is already breaking. I'd say it has to go to the tight end, to the right.
Yeah, but
you can lead him towards the sideline. The defender probably won't get there. You see how tight the corner is at the top.
Honestly, hold on. Let's see here. Maybe the only play is to the running back here, but you have to get it over this guy.
Yeah,
and you've already got pressure in your face.
With all the pressure in his face, and that linebacker is coming towards him. That you mentioned, he needs to get it over. So, I think you're right. It should go to the running back.
Yeah,
like right there. He's got to recognize, oh, this play's broken. I got to throw it now. He's able to escape a little bit.
No, luckily Lance does escape from the pocket here. And then you could make an argument that if Lance is going to be looking downfield, he could possibly make the throw to number 10, Ronnie Bell, right here. But that's a really tough throw, especially with a defender in your face. So, I mean, you could say this guy's open, but there's no feasible way he's going to get the ball to him. And then so he makes something out of nothing and gets a gain of maybe 1. Oh, no, actually, that's a gain of 6 yards right there, because it was actually second and 16. Yeah, 15, 16. So then it'll become 3rd and 10 after this play. So right here, watch number 63 and watch his feet on number 24. So number 24 trips him up right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 67 trips him up, and he has a bad day. Just, oh man, it looks bad too. He also gets like kneed in the head by the defender. That hurt.
Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, so luckily Lance is a good athlete, escapes, and gains about 5-6 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've got, what did we say? 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10?
3rd and 10.
Okay. Okay. Good protection right here. Lance maybe needs to step up a little bit. He's got room with the left guard in the center right here. He's got the right tackle. The defensive end is coming right off the edge. Both of them. And this ball, I would say right now, he can step up and throw this ball to the sideline.
Yeah, but that gets him 5 yards. You got to lead him towards, getting 10
down.
yards. Yeah. Right now, actually, I want to say he throws it to 17 right here, which is a good decision.
Yes. So, yeah, let me back that up right there. So Lance does make the right decision here. He sees this defender. He's got his back to where he's going to throw. The safety's way too far back, and we've got this defender right here who is in no position to make the play. There's some separation right there, so Lance makes the right read.
That might be his best throw of the night.
That probably is his.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his best throw.
Yeah.
Or his best read, at least. I would say his most impressive play was the one where he did like the little jump pass.
Yeah, I mean that's so close to him.
Yeah,
it's
but
a smart
in terms
play.
of throw,
yeah, this is his best throw to me.
This is his cleanest play.
Yeah,
this is great protection all around.
Mm.
Almost gets batted down right here. Actually, number 63 kind of lets up a little bit.
Mm.
And so gets a chunky yardage. And then also, this is right before the half, right before halftime, right? So I want to say that there might have been less than a minute on the clock. And so they're trying to drive down the field and get into field goal range.
Mm.
Okay, so another shotgun. Okay. It's a screen. And Jordan Mason has to catch that football. I'm sorry. You've got, if he catches this football, check this out. You've got this blocker right here and this blocker right here. If he catches that right there, you've also got another offensive lineman getting ready. So maybe this block cannot be made by this offensive lineman, but he can work up and work to this. I want to say that's a corner or a safety. I think that's definitely a corner.
Yeah, the ball needs to be caught. I'm not gonna say that Trey Lance should have put it in any better spot. Like it just needs to be caught, but
it just has to be caught. That's not on Lance. And then this guy can make a block right here, and there's open room.
I do think Lance gets pressured quickly because it's a screen, and that might have forced him to throw it a little awkwardly, and that caused him to place the ball behind the running back rather than directly on him or even leading him, towards where he's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, point blank period, the running back took his eyes off the ball before he caught it.
But yeah, the thing is, if you want to attribute it to the pressure on screens, you want the defensive lineman to go upfield. As a quarterback, that they're going to be coming towards you, and then you just have to dump it off. So maybe if you want to get really technical, this isn't like a perfect spiral. It wobbles a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where Mason makes his mistake. He hasn't even caught the ball, and he's looking upfield.
Yeah.
It's
on Mason.
Ball first. Look at this is a wide open lane.
Yep. Let's see the next play.
Okay. Then it's funny they put in Ty Davis Price after that. Oh, this is
the last drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
that was a third down then.
Yeah. Okay. This is the last drive.
Yeah.
The other one might have been third down, and then they turned it over on fourth down.
Yes, I want to say it was a 3rd and 1 and then 4th and 1 they got stopped.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Okay. So we got a clean pocket right here, except for number 51's coming right off the edge. And then he gets picked up by the left tackle.
Yeah, it's well blocked.
So right here, you've got options. Mm-hmm. You've got number 32 if you want to dump it off, and you've got the tight end down here.
It looks like he could pump fake to the running back, probably sell out that corner that's already biting on the running back, and have a wide open. I don't know if that's a tight end or a wide receiver at the top left.
Top left.
He's cutting out. Yeah, he's cutting out towards the sideline. So if Trey Lance pumps at the running back, that corner is going to bite on it, and he's going to have a wide open receiver at the 30.
So what I'm seeing here, let me back it up. I'm seeing it looks like zone coverage because they're playing off the ball. And then as you can see, like right here, it kind of drifts. Yeah. I don't know. The coverage kind of drifts.
That corner is picking up the running back because they're in zone. The safety should pick up that wide receiver or tight end that's cutting out on the 30 right now. The safety's way too deep.
So, all right. The ball comes.
This
is his worst throw of the day.
Yeah.
He doesn't see this defender right here.
Duke Shelley's pick or pass deflection that turned into a touchdown probably should have been picked, but it was really just a good PBU by Shelley. This ball needs to be caught by Amari Burney.
So Lance has tunnel vision on this play. He's got the protection, but he does not see this defender at all.
Yeah, right. He's essentially triple covered, at least double covered.
And Lance just chose that he wanted to go to Willie Snead on this play. And yeah, he had other options. He had Ty Davis-Price. I want to say this Charlie Warner, and possibly this receiver right here at the top that you mentioned earlier. Yeah. And that should have been picked. Mm-hmm. So let's see it from this angle right here. Look at his eyes. It hardly moved to the other player, and he decided he wanted to go there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a Lance decision or if that's a by design first read sort of thing, but that doesn't sound right to me.
Well, let me tell you, Jimmy Garoppolo would make this same mistake. He wouldn't see that linebacker right there. He would throw a lot of interceptions to the linebacker when he would be looking to go over the middle. So that was, in my opinion, Lance's worst throw. And then his second worst throw, I would say, is the end zone one. That also should have been intercepted.
Yeah, I know preseason stats don't really have to mean much, but you take away his touchdown and this pass deflection for interceptions, and his night is not very good. Mm-hmm. But that's not always how it works.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see here. We've got all right. Looks like zone. You've got 88 right here. Or it looks like I want to say this is number 17. Possibly right here. And I think that's where he's going with the ball. And he finds the opening in the defense, makes the right read, and it's a great gain.
That's another great pass. If it isn't that 3rd and 10 one that he made earlier, this might be his best pass of the night. Granted, I don't know if it's – well, there's not really much to lead the receiver towards. It just – you need to get in a spot where the defender's not going to get to it, and he did. So that's a good pass.
It is a good pass. He had 88 right here too as well. Probably wouldn't have gained as much yardage, but he had options on that play. Okay. We've got a clean pocket right here.
It's a good decision.
Gets another good chunk of yardage. So let me see who else he could have thrown to. So the ball's already out right there, but
that's it. The only other one is the receiver at the top, which I think is 17 again. I think it's Conley.
Mm-hmm. No,
he's already made the decision. Yeah.
You made the right read. It was quick. It was aggressive.
Nice play after catch by the
This is exactly what Kyle Shanahan's looking for. Okay.
Got the linebackers are off. That's, yeah.
And then we got a flag for a 15-yard penalty because number 26 led with his helmet. Okay. And this might have been the last play. Okay. Let me back it up just a tad. So the left tackle got beat, and it looks like the right guard is getting beat, and the right tackle got beat. There was a stunt or something. Is there a stunt right here? Yep. Now this ball, I understand the situation. He's got to get it out quick, and he should not take a sack here because they're trying to kick a field goal right before halftime. Are you still there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. I just have the fucking ice cream man parking right outside my house.
He knows film's almost over.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only other receiver that I could look at to where I would want to go with the ball on this play is number 83. But Lance is looking at the right side of the field, and he's looking to throw a jump ball because he knows the situation. He's trying to score. He's not trying to gain that much more yards. You got confidence in your kicker. But watch Willie Snead right here, wide open.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown right there. But Lance is looking at the jump ball because there's only a couple seconds left. I want to say they had 9 seconds when the play started. And Lance throws it back pylon, and the receiver can't get there. But he's looking at him the whole way.
I want to say there was a little bit of a push off from the receiver too, but I think it was
got
out of bounds.
Away with OPI a little bit, but it was uncatchable.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been catchable. I don't know. You could argue that.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like the Crabtree one in the Super Bowl.
Well.
But I think that was Trey Lance's day. Mike, what did you think?
Well, I'm definitely excited to see Trey Lance play the next 2 weeks of preseason football. But if he plays like that in both games, I wouldn't expect to see him in the regular season unless dire consequences cause it. I think he gives a lot of reason for Shanahan to doubt him, but I also think the Raiders defense played really well.
They played well. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you want to see him in more games and get more snaps because, it's not always going to be the same defense. So I would also say that the offensive line didn't help him the most in this game. And, like we said, there were plays where he made really great decisions. There were plays where he made quick, good decisions. But there were also plays where he made errant throws and I would say bad decisions. He's not going to be perfect, but there's a lot of improvement needed for him to earn a starting role in the NFL.
No. Yeah, I agree. And based off of that, what I can say is the first 3 drives were definitely the worst drives by not only Lance, but the entire offense. And it seemed like the pass protection really started to, hold up as the game went on.
Yeah.
And so we saw Lance playing a little bit better and really everyone in general playing a bit better as after those first 3 drives. It was just a terrible first quarter.
Yeah, it was. If anything, what this game really told me, obviously I'm not just looking at this game in a Trey Lance sort of lens, but as a Raider fan, I'm pretty sure the Raiders have some good depth, and I think there might be reason to be concerned about the Niners' depth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned with the Niners' depth, but that'll be a conversation that we'll probably carry into later in the week when we talk about our opinions on the game. And I hope you guys join us for that. Mike, thank you for taking time out of your day to review the film with me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give my last thoughts on the film before we get out of here. I think it's definitely discouraging if you think in the grand scope of things that the 49ers traded up, 3 first-round picks to get this guy, and that's how he performed on Sunday. But if you take into account the context and you actually watch the film, it wasn't as bad as what everybody was saying. Like right now, the national media is saying that Lance is trash, but they're not talking about how he improved as the game went on. And he had two throws that should have been intercepted, but it wasn't like the entire game was super negative or to where I don't think this guy can't kink out or work out those kinks and improve.
You know what I'd really like to see the Niners do is to give Trey Lance 2 drives with the starting offense in next week or the 3rd preseason game, because that's a good way, especially if he can also face off against a starting defense, but to get a starting offensive line and not a bunch of backup offensive linemen, because I think those first 3 drives, the offensive line was mostly what really deterred him from success,
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you give him a starting offensive line and some Pro Bowl receivers, out there on the field, you might see something a lot better,
I even have my questions about the right side of the starting offensive line, but we're going to find out soon enough, week 1, if they're going to be able to hold up because they've got TJ Watt. And we'll see what Purdy's able to do. And, and until then, I would love to see what you just said. I would love to see Lance with some of the starting players, but I would also love to see Darnold with some of the starting players. And I would love to see, the players mix and match, because in a football season, you're not going to get the same guys every week. And so you should probably try and mix some guys in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'd love to do more of these film sessions. So
Yeah.
I expect more. I'd love to do one for Aiden O'Connell, but maybe what we should do is maybe the full preseason of Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah. Like that. We'll work it out. But until next time, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Silver and Gold. We'll be back later in the week.